Alright, what's up guys? This is Ozzy, and I'm just gonna give you some comments about my friend and my mentor, Chris. So, first of all, some info on myself. I'm a relatively young person, I'm also relatively very successful. I run a language school. I am a co-owner of a social marketing agency. I'm the sole director and owner of an SEO agency, and basically I also have two very popular blogs that gets about like 500 to 1,000 views per day. So I'm all over the place, but this wasn't so before I met Chris. And I'm one of his clients, and literally, like, I think I'm one of his, maybe not first clients, but like we met at a very different, very interesting time of his life and my life. So he was kind of like traveling, so he was really working, and I kind of had like private lessons of sorts. And so I told him from the get-go, if you ever like go international with this, I want to be your first testimonial. Like, he didn't even have to say anything. So let me just give you a brief idea of what we did. He was my financial mentor and my financial consultant, and we met about a year ago in an entrepreneurial event. That's like entrepreneurial meetup event. And usually, like, you see a lot of like not very cool characters at these events. Like, you see, like, of course, amazing people, but like not always. And he was absolutely different. And the meeting we met was honestly one of the most amazing times I ever had in the city that was in. And like, he was different from the get-go. Then you kind of like get to talk, and you kind of get to meet a few times more, and we talked about finance and different things. I told him about my business, and again, like around that time, 1 year ago, I was earning about $3,000, but like $3,000 a month, and that was okay. I was okay. Like, I wasn't working a lot, and that was like very good money for the amount of hours I was putting in. But I was very anxious, stressful, and always like in this tiny rope, trying to like dance around, like walk without falling, and I was like kind of battling different identities of money at the time, because I had many problems, kind of like a difficult childhood, and solo entrepreneur, didn't trust anyone else, wanted to do everything myself, which I did, which wasn't smart at all, but that's another story. So we get to talking, and I get to learn that he was doing this financial consultancy, and he, again, didn't have to say that. I was like, sign me up. But at the time, it was a lot of money. Well, it wasn't, but I was I had like a really high scarcity mentality, and I was always like, okay, I'm like, this money is going, and I'm not getting a watch in return, or I'm not getting like sneakers. Like, what? I'm paying money to talk to a person on Skype. What? I was kind of stupid, and I wouldn't say stupid, but yeah. So what we started like working, and he became my financial mentor, and his work is interesting because it has like a psychology angle. Like, he analyzes your relationship with money, and he fixes it, or helps fix it as much as he can, and as much as the client can. But let me tell you, like, working with Chris made me cry twice. That doesn't happen often. And before then, I was really scarce. I was incredibly money conscious. I was afraid. I was scared. I was. I don't even know what to say. Like, I wasn't destined for success. Let me just say this. And after I worked with Chris, I really have a deep understanding of myself, my strengths, my weaknesses, my problems, my naiveties, and what I need to fix. I really, like, everything made a lot of sense after we've done working. And this is no small feat. Like, trust me, I read a lot. Like, I try to make sense of reality very often. And it was like a switch upon switch upon switch upon switch. I literally had to tell him, okay, Chris, please record these sessions. I want to like rewatch this like 50 times. Like, I'm not kidding. I ended up like installing recording software to record like the golden wisdom. I'm not like, it just, I had a notepad near me, and like everything, not everything, of course, but like a lot of things he said that really hit me. And I remember a particular exercise which I did at like 4 a.m. and it made me cry. Like, it was too long ago. I don't remember exactly, but I was like laughing. It was like sad cries, but it was like laughing cries. It was like, I think, a success exercise. Like we had to recount things that we did successfully, that we succeed. And let me tell you, when you're an entrepreneur, when you're a solo hustler, it's just, your life is very negative. Like, it's always problems. Let me just tell you, like, for example, today I was supposed to finish a PDF, and not even finish. I was supposed to finish the draft of the PDF, but what did I do? Not that. I didn't do that. And now I know this. I remember that, and I feel very bad about that. So it's just like, you always, like, your reality is always about what you should do, what you will do, and what you need to do, and what you didn't do, not what you did do. You never think about that. You never think about, like, oh yes, new client, like, awesome. That doesn't happen. They're like, maybe that should happen more. And but it really made me see and focus on what I have achieved. And let me tell you, like, I lived a crazy life. I lived an amazing life. But what made me cry wasn't that even that. Like, it was a past, like my dark past. I had a very difficult childhood. But the things I did even back then, and this is not like some exceptionalism stuff. Like, I'm not exceptional, at least not in that sense. But like, these like very basic things, like writing a poem that was like really nice, and like things like that. And I was like, God damn, like I am capable. I can earn money. I have talents. Like that. Procrastinating on a PDF doesn't mean I'm gonna die poor, right? And okay, this is. I cannot tell you how profound that was, and we don't realize how kind of limited we are. And this is July now. This is July 2018, and in May I have earned 34,000 liras, and this wouldn't have happened if I haven't met Chris. Like, this is as basic as that. Like, and he really changed my perspective on life. Not even like beyond money, but he was, like, I would say, my first real investment. And after that, he opened up a lot of gateways, and I'm for that forever grateful. It just, I don't know his rates now, but let me tell you, it's gonna be worth it. And the only thing bad I would say about Chris is his internet connection in France. I hope he solved that. Like last week, it was like difficult to talk to him, but that was like very rare and very not like a common occurrence. Other than that, he might be like the greatest investment I made, other than my watch and my sneakers. Jokes aside, yeah, I would say he could be like the greatest investment I made, which is high praise, trust me. And I totally recommend them. That is all I would say. And I promise, if you're not stupid, if you listen, if you open your ears, and if you breathe when he's speaking and take notes, you're gonna triple your income in a very short amount of time. So yeah, man, this is my comments about Chris, my honest to God testimonial. And love the guy. Honestly, he's one of the smartest people like I have ever met, and I'm pretty sure he'll make you very successful. That is a promise I could make. And if you're not stupid, you're probably not stupid if you're like watching this. But if you are, just stop watching this. But if you're not, talk to Chris. Have a great night, guys. Bye-bye.